Hi church, you're joining us for Psalm 10 today, and I just want to say if you are a few days behind, catch up because the content that's been pushed out has been phenomenal. So join us on these devos. You can catch up on YouTube or on IGTV. So Psalm 10, I'm going to read from the New King James Version today, and then I'm going to pull out some points that I wanted to make at the end of that. So Psalm 10. Why do you stand far off, O Lord? Why do you hide in times of trouble? The wicked in his pride persecutes the poor. Let them be caught in the plots which they have devised. For the wicked boasts of his heart's desire. He blesses the greedy and renounces the Lord. The wicked in his proud countenance does not seek God. God is in none of his thoughts. His ways are always prospering, and your judgments are far above, out of his sight. As for all of his enemies, he sneers at them. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved. I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and oppression. Under his tongue is trouble and iniquity. He sits in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places he murders the innocent. His eyes are secretly fixed on the helpless. He lies in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lies in wait to catch the poor. He catches the poor when he draws them into his net. So he crouches, he lies low, that the helpless may fall by his strength. He has said in his heart, God has forgotten. He hides his face. He will never see. O rise, O Lord. O God, lift up your hand. Why do you forget the humble? Why did the wicked renounce God when he has said in his heart, you will not require an account? But you have seen, for you observe trouble and grief. To repay it by your hand, the helpless commits himself to you. You are the helper of the fatherless. Break the arm of the wicked and evil man. Seek out his wickedness until you find none. The Lord is our King forever, and the nations have perished out of his land. Lord, you have heard the desire of the humble. You will prepare their heart. You will cause your ear to hear, to do justice to the fatherless and the oppressed, that the man of the earth may oppress no more. So, Psalm 10, the psalmist having a bit of a moan. It's a lament. It's a lamenting psalm. However, it's not just simply complaining and making requests. There is a confidence as well in the Lord here. And in between these snippets of confidence are requests to him. So I want us to keep in mind all of these psalms that we read so far and throughout the rest of the book of Psalms. There's a reason that these psalms have been written. There's something going on in this psalmist's world, thought process. Something's happening in his situation and around him that has caused him to write this psalm. Clearly, there's some sort of an oppression going on here. There's some sort of wicked, powerful men that are opposing and persecuting the poor and the vulnerable. And this has concerned the psalmist's heart. And I think our hearts are concerned in this season. Our hearts are concerned for those that can't self-isolate. Our hearts are concerned for the atrocities that are taking place in some of our nations. And I don't want our hearts to be concerned in a way that weighs us down, but a way that causes us to pray. And I think there's some things in here that I just wanted to share with you that we can learn how to pray and petition God more when our hearts are concerned. So I wanted to highlight one thing today, really, and that is petition, take confidence, and petition again. So he's conveying his concern and his emotion throughout this psalm, and he continues to do it in a fairly exaggerated way. In verse 15, he asks God to break people's arms. Wow. Wow. And actually, I don't actually think that he's literally asking God to break people's arms, but he's using it as a symbol of strength. The arm is a symbol of strength and power, and he's basically asking the Lord to undo the strength that the wicked have used to oppress the innocent. And by the end of the psalm, we have confidence and encouragement that God will end oppression. If we only ever pray about the big, ugly, serious problems in our world, which of course is important, and even right now it's important to be praying against this virus, but we'll not see as many miracles take place in our lives, and we'll begin to sound a bit like the psalmist. I want us to encourage us today that when we pray about the small things, we will live a life with greater gratitude. By filling our day with prayers big and small, we relinquish any entitlement, we see answered prayers as a miracle, and we gain confidence for the bigger prayers that we want to pray. It is our privilege as God's children to be able to come audaciously with small and big prayers, believing wholeheartedly that he is who he says he is and he will move on our behalf, expecting him to answer and taking confidence in that. And that is a privilege and a right as his children. So today, guys, on the back of Psalm 10, which sounds like a big old moany psalm, petition. Take confidence and petition again. Ask God for the big and small prayers in your life today and watch him move on your behalf. Join us tomorrow for Psalm 11. Take care and God bless.